It says Steven's All Out Baseball Show. I'm going to put my phone number in there if you guys want to call in. If you want to text me any questions, please send it to that number, 650-315-6543. Any questions related to baseball? It was about the Dodgers, and do you think the Dodgers will be very good or going downhill with the acquisitions of those three players from Boston? Will the Giants lose their chances after the Dodgers trade? Anything on baseball. Or if you guys don't have your phones right now, or you don't really want to text me or call me, just just ask the question on the comment box on the bottom right hand of your screen. There's a little like cloud up there that you can when you press it, it'll turn to a screen, and then you can type any questions, any comments, and I'll definitely surely put you on the show. Just give me your name, and then I will then ask the question, and then I'll call in. Please, guys. I want your input. I want to see if you guys are Giants faithful, Dodgers faithful, or A's faithful. Who cares? It's a free world here in the United States. So let's talk about some other news around Major League Baseball. Let's talk a little bit on the DL first. Ben Sheets, the right-handed pitcher for the Atlanta Braves, he is going on the DL, the 15-day DL, with a right shoulder inflammation. He had that before the Braves game against the Giants on Saturday. Sheets lost his third straight start on Thursday night as a part of Atlanta's six-man rotation. He won 4 of his first 5 starts after returning from a long time of rehab, and unfortunately not being able to play. The last time he played, remember, before the Braves, he was an A, and then he got released, and then he had more shoulder problems, and then it just went downhill for him being able to play once again in the major leagues. Let's go to a trade in Arizona and in Baltimore at Camden Yards, sending one player from Camden Yards to Chase Field and vice versa. The Diamondbacks left-handed pitcher Joe Saunders is getting traded, or has been traded, to the Baltimore Orioles. The Diamondbacks, in exchange, will be getting Matt Lindstrom, the right-handed reliever. Saunders is 6-10 this year with a 4.22 ERA and 21 starts with Arizona. He won 12 games last season while helping the Diamondbacks win their first NL West title since 2007. Saunders was born in nearby Northern Virginia. He played high school ball in Virginia and pitched at Virginia Tech before being drafted in the first round of the 2002 draft by the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Lindstrom, he's 1-0 this year with a 2.72 ERA in 34 appearances with the Orioles. He has held right-handed batters to a .207 batting average. That's very good, a very low batting average, opponent's batting average, and he has given up no runs in 10 of his last 11 outings. This will be Matt Lindstrom's 5th team. Lindstrom, this is his 6th year in the major leagues. He has played with the Florida Marlins, the Houston Astros, the Colorado Rockies, the Orioles, and now being traded to Arizona. So those are some good news around Major League Baseball, and we're going to actually take another commercial break. When we come back to Steven's All Out Baseball Show, we'll be talking about the Los Angeles Dodgers losing a pitcher while adding Josh Beckett. I'll tell you the pitcher who's going to the DL. I'll give you a hint. He's a righty for the Dodgers. Also, David Ortiz, after one game off the DL, is he back on the DL again? Really? Unfortunately for the Red Sox, that is going to happen. He's going back on the DL. I'll give you more details on those when we come back to Steven's All Out Baseball Show here on Spreaker.com.
I'm gonna kick the ballistics, so get this dick to live this life in the fast lane. Moving at the speed of life and I can't slow down. Only got a gallon in the gas tank. I'm almost at the finish line, so I can't stop down. I don't really know where I'm headed, cause I'm going to ride. I go till I drop, ride till I die. Life in the fast lane. Life in the fast lane.
And welcome back to Steven's All Out Baseball Show here on Spreaker.com. One of our sponsors, once again, Lowe's. Lowe's, one of the official sponsors of Major League Baseball. And we're back on the show. Let's give you a little. If you guys weren't here for the first part of the show, I'll give you a recap of what happened. I have my special guest Jason from Jason's Sports Show and the Dodgers beat reporter. I was talking to him about the trade that happened with the Dodgers and the Red Sox having Gonzalez from being a Red Sox at Fenway at one historic part to a Dodger and into another historic part at Dodger Stadium at Chavez Ravine. What a big trade that really took place between the West Coast and the East Coast. A lot of stuff happening over there. Also, before commercial break, we had Victor Almashny, our Giants beat reporter here at National Sports, talk to us about what he has observed this year from the Giants, what he expected, what he expects in the playoffs this year, in the hopefulness that the Giants hopefully make the playoffs. If the Dodgers try to grab the NL West near the end of the season, so it's like a balance. You just don't know really. If the Dodgers game better, will the Giants keep doing better? It's a balance. You don't know what's going to happen until the end. The Giants and the Dodgers having a 3-game set to end the season, that's going to be very big. And then we talked about Ben Sheets going onto the DL, and then the Orioles getting Joe Saunders, the left-handed pitcher from the Diamondbacks, in exchange for Matt Lindstrom. Los Angeles Dodgers, I was telling you before commercial break, he was a right-handed pitcher. He's going on the DL. His name, Chad Billingsley. He is going on the DL. This is actually good. This is a bad thing for the Dodgers and a good thing for the Dodgers. Chad Billingsley is going on to the 15-day disabled list. He got onto the disabled. Blah blah blah. He has been placed on the 15-day disabled list. He was placed on Saturday with pain in his right elbow. This is Billingsley's second trip on the DL this season. Earlier this season, he had elbow discomfort. That's why he was on the DL. In a way, this is a good time. This is a very well-timed injury for Billingsley since Josh Beckett was acquired by the Dodgers from Red Sox and part of the Adrian Gonzalez, Carl Crawford, Josh Beckett, Nick Punto, James Loney trade that sent 9 guys from West Coast to East Coast and vice versa. Billingsley this year is 10-9 with a 3.55 ERA. Opponents are batting .257 against him. The Dodgers also optioned infielder Alex Castellanos to AAA Albuquerque to make room for Adrian Gonzalez, also acquired, who was on Saturday night's lineup. Batting cleanup for the Dodgers. Obviously, he hit the home run in his first at-bat. What a big impact he's already made for the Dodgers. This is for Josh Beckett. This is a good time because he's getting a spot onto the pitcher roster. This is actually a bad thing for Billingsley. In his past 6 starts, he is 6-0 with a 1.80 ERA since coming off the DL from his first trip with elbow discomfort on July 23rd. So a bad time to go on the disabled list for Billingsley once again. Hopefully he can get back and hopefully help the Dodgers late into the playoffs. Well, now you got a problem because you now have 6 starters, and then if the Dodgers make the playoffs, you're probably going to have a 3-man roster or a 4-man roster. That's what the Giants did in 2010. Now, which pitcher are you going to have? You have like 4 aces now. You have Josh Beckett. I can consider Chad Billingsley as an ace. Chris Capuano, he's not an ace, but he's done very good with the Dodgers this year. And then obviously the Cy Young Award winner from last year, Clayton Kershaw. So if the Dodgers make the playoffs, I think your starters, if it's a 3-man rotation, it's going to be Clayton Kershaw, obviously being the number 1 starter. Then you're gonna have. I think you put in Josh Beckett, and then you put in Chris Capuano. I think Josh Beckett. I think he's done very good in the playoffs. He's a very good playoff pitcher. He's done extremely well with the Marlins when they won the World Series in 2003. When the Red Sox have been in the playoffs. Well, the last time they made it to the playoffs, it was in 2008 when they lost to the Rays in the ALCS. The Rays will eventually lose to the Phillies, but I think it goes Kershaw, Beckett, and then Capuano, lefty, righty, lefty. You want that. You want that mix. You want that combination. You got lefty Kershaw, who's very hard throwing, very deceptive pitcher, very dirty curveball. And then you got Josh Beckett, who's a righty, good fastball, very good curveball. He needs to get off a slump that has been at him for the entire season. And then Chris Capuano, he's obviously had a very good season, doing very well, really bouncing back. I remember his career, really putting himself on a high note when he was with the Brew Crew, the Brewers. So, I think the Dodgers, I think they're set. If any injuries happen in the playoffs for the pitchers, I don't think it's a big deal because you have backups like Billingsley if he comes off the DL before the playoffs start, and everything else from that. Chris Capuano, if you really want to know him, if you don't know him, this is his first season with the Dodgers. He spent last season with the New York Mets. He was 11-12 with the Mets last season pardon me. He had a 4.55 ERA. This year he's 11-9 with a 3.38 ERA. His WHIP this year it's not that bad actually. It's a 1.23. He's doing pretty well, and I think he's going to be a starter for the future for the Dodgers. Hopefully, if he does really good, because I really liked him when he was with the Brewers, and I think he can continue to do that. Now, another DL story for you guys. Let's go to Boston with the Red Sox as they trade away their number one player, in my opinion, in Adrian Gonzalez. They lose David Ortiz again. The Red Sox slugger, David Ortiz, he's going back on the disabled list with, again, a right Achilles strain. But if the struggler, he says he's getting closer to the door, and the door is saying he's back, he's 100% ready. The 36-year-old slugger will be, I think the team has said he'll be able to play again this season. Ortiz, he received a similar treatment after knee surgery in November 2007, and he marveled at its healing powers. The 8-time All-Star will have a shockwave therapy after the season ends, so very intense treatment to get the Achilles really at 100% before the 2013 season starts. Ortiz missed 35 games after he was placed on the DL on July 17th with the same injury he has right now. The Red Sox are 13-22 since during his time of absence. He was activated on Friday. He went 2 for 4. Including a double and 2 RBIs, and then he felt soreness after the double and then did not play on Saturday or Sunday. Before the injury, Ortiz was having his best season in years, really having a great season, even though the Red Sox have been at the bottom of the food chain in the AL East for most of the season. Ortiz batting 318 before his injuries with 23 home runs, 60 RBIs, and a 1.026 OPS. This impressive production spurred talk that the organization will pursue a new deal for Ortiz, who is going to have a 1-year contract expire at the end of the season. Ortiz says, quote, "I think what happened in the trade is a 50-50 situation where the team, like our GM said, we've had the past couple of years where we didn't have what we were looking for, which was winning." Ortiz, he's looking for a winning season once again. Ortiz being a part of the 2004 and 2007 Red Sox teams that won the World Series. The team also activated Daisuke Matsuzaka to start the series finale against the Royals on Sunday. Then that means they'll be sending Pedro Beto to Pawtucket. That's AAA. That's the AAA affiliate for the Red Sox. So that's unfortunate for the Red Sox again, losing Ortiz. Ortiz, he will receive a platelet-rich plasma injection in the area of the strain, something he says works 60 to 70% of the time. So it's not quite where it works or it doesn't work. It's like it's probably going to work or it might not work. So hopefully it works. And then one person that's going off the DL and coming back is Joey Votto. Remember him?